Hi, everybody. I'm not sure what happened. I logged into the live stream and I'm not sure if it was a Twitch issue or an internet issue, but I'm going to go ahead and record a quick recording here of some of the reminders for this week. And I will include an extra credit opportunity in there for those of you who watch this or were trying to join me and weren't able to. I'm so sorry that it didn't work. I'm not sure what happened, but I hope you're all doing well and enjoying this beautiful rainy weather that we have. Drive safe and take care of yourself. So they'll make this short and sweet just to make sure that you do still have your reminders for this week. And of course, if you have questions and we're hoping to ask me today, just go ahead and email me and I'd be happy to get back to you. But we are in week number 4 right now. So last week was week 3, and I covered everything from week 3. So now we're in week 4. The topics for this week are memory and cognition. So as always, make sure you do 3 things for each chapter. You're going to want to read the chapter in the ebook, read the lecture, and watch the lecture video. And don't forget to click on all of the links and explore anything that I give you. You also have 2 discussions for this week that you are in charge of and exam number 2. So let's go through those really quickly just to make sure that you're feeling good about them. And of course, if you haven't done week 3, that is still open, everything due by this Sunday night. So make sure you go back and do that as well. But since we're in week 4, we'll focus on week 4. So for discussion number 7, this one's related to memory. And as always, you have my instructions and then a video. So make sure you watch the video and read through the instructions. One of the topics for this week is how we hold on to information. So if you watch the video, I'm going to give you a 28-digit sequence of letters and numbers, along with my example of how I personally memorized it. So you'll watch the video, and since you aren't meeting in person, you don't actually have to memorize it. But if you needed to hold on to that and you had no way of writing it down, so you have to rely solely on your brain, how would you hold on to it for a matter of seconds? And how would you hold on to it for a matter of days? And I give you a hint in here. There are a lot of different ways you could do this. But I am looking that you give me a different method for the seconds versus days. And that should be that they are different. Make sure you really describe what you would do. If you create a story, give me the story. If you make chunks or like mnemonics, show me, right? Give it to me. So make sure that you really elaborate in how you would hold on to that sequence in order if you had to hold on to it for seconds versus days. I want you to describe in detail 2 specific strategies that you could use to help when studying for an exam. And then do you have any personal tips for memory that you would like to share? What strategies do you use in your personal life to help you remember any kind of important information? When you're ready, you'll hit reply. And then don't forget to also reply to a classmate to get those 2 points of credit. So that's discussion number 7. For discussion number 8, this one's related to cognition. And again, as always, you have my instructions followed by my video. I should redo that. It's kind of old at this point. But for this one's related to intelligence. In your own words, how do you define intelligence? You can write out a description. You can talk about behaviors. You can give me like a combination of definitions, whatever comes to mind. What are some things that you can do to increase your intelligence? And then finally, this last one, and this is worth the most points here. What do we need in order to have a good intelligence test? There are 3 characteristics or properties that I'm looking for. Make sure you explain them, describe them, define them, and then you might even give me an example if that's helpful for you. And that's where people tend to lose points. So really make sure that you elaborate on that one. And then don't forget, of course, to reply to a classmate. And then finally, we do have our second exam this week. So same format and style as the first exam. And remember that the exams are on the ebook site. And also remember that when you take the exam, it doesn't come over to Canvas automatically. So if you take the exam and don't see a grade on Canvas, don't panic. Once the deadline for this week has passed, I will bring all those scores over. But if you click on this, it will remind you to go to the ebook site. And again, the same rules and kind of formatting. So remember, you have 75 minutes to take the test. You only get 1 attempt. So really important to make sure that you're organized and ready before you begin. And as I described last time, what I mean by that is make sure you have a quiet place to take the test. Make sure that you've studied and prepared. You have good internet. Feels like a week where we might struggle with internet because of the weather. So just make sure that you have everything in place to set yourself up for success. If it were me, like I mentioned before, I would probably complete the study guide and make sure that I had all of that in place so that I could easily reference it in front of me if I forgot something or don't know what the answer is. So all of those things are really going to help you. Don't forget to be really mindful of the clock. You have 75 minutes, and once that time is up, it will stop you. So just be really mindful of that. And then also don't forget to save all of your responses before you hit submit. So I hope you all do really well on the test. Remember that you do have a study guide right here underneath it. And the exams are not cumulative. So this exam is on chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8, everything from this 2-week section. So if it's on the study guide, if it's something on here, make sure you know it. You could answer questions about it. If it's not on here, you don't have to worry about it. So again, if it were me, I would probably write all these terms out just so I could have it easy to reference during the test. So those are the big things for this week. Obviously, if you're watching this, you found the recording, and I'm so sorry that the internet or Twitch or whatever it was didn't cooperate. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But let me give you the extra credit question for this week. I did type this out ahead of time. Oh, it closed that on me. Let me bring this up so that you have it. Hold on one second here. Sorry about that. So if you are watching this, you can still answer this extra credit question. So it's right here that I have here. Let me make this a little bigger for you. What does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? So this is the extra credit question here. Let me make it a little bit bigger in the middle of the screen for you so that you hopefully don't miss it here. So here's the extra credit. Sorry, it's going to drive me nuts. There's all these like little bullets and stuff. So what does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? So describe and define that for me. And when you're ready, since it's week number 4, you'll click on optional Twitch extra credit number 4. And then up here at the top, click on start assignment, which brings up the space where you can type your response to that question. Okay, so when you're ready, you'll hit submit, you get the little confetti burst and trophies. Excellent. So those are the big things for this week. And again, I'm sorry that we weren't able to connect live for whatever reason. Still not 100% sure what happened. But remember that everything from weeks 3 and 4 is due by this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. So if you haven't done week 3, make sure you go back and do discussions 5 and 6 and that little self-assessment. That extra credit's still there. If you go back in time and watch the recording and are subscribed, you can still do that. And then for this week, discussion 7 and 8 and the exam. And then if you wanted to, the extra credit that I gave you here, which again, one more time, was what does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? Okay, so again, sorry again for the disruption. I hope all of you are doing well and hanging in there. Thank you for those of you watching this, and we'll hope next week that we have better connection. Again, I would assume it's the weather. I love this weather, but sometimes it causes some issues for us. So thank you so much for watching this. I'm going to go ahead and close this up and post it, but have a wonderful week. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me.